All right. So had a lot of interest in the last video I did in thinking of your MSP as a product. I got some good feedback, loved all the input. Thank you again. But someone asked me an important question. Where in the world does AI fit into this entire product conversation? Because Kyle, I don't want to build for what we were doing yesterday. I want to build for tomorrow. And I was listening to a podcast and I can't remember who said it, but what they essentially said was when you're building a product, you want to draw a bead on the market and shoot for where they're going rather than shooting for where they are, because you will miss. And I think that is the approach or the question and the curiosity that this person had asked me. So I wanted to recap, like when we were talking about this last week, right? We talked about the product, the demand, the market, what penetration looked like. How would you make sure sales was successful and you optimize that product so margins and economy of scale happens? Then you think about the next product once you've done all of those things, or sometimes the next market. So in thinking through this, I wanted to use my own framework to really think through, well, what is an AI product for us as MSPs? Because I can tell you in a lot of cases, the things that I see, the approach to this is we want to hit the easy button. Bing, just figure it out. And when I think back to how I ran my MSP and the motions we went through, it was a lot about, well, is there a need? We talked about desirability. We talked about the actions you take on the market being the word marketing. And here's something interesting. I think for the first time, maybe in 20 years, we as MSPs are blessed with the opportunity to sell and do something with something our customers want before we educate them. They're already going, I want this AI thing. And a lot of it has to do with sometimes like FOMO, fear of missing out, oh my God, my competitors are doing it. If I don't do it, then I'm behind the times. But on the other side of the fence, there's curiosity. There's enough education in the market, thanks to the AI overlords, that are educating the masses, the general public, because, right, they're thinking IPO. Need mom and grandma and dad and sister to all invest into AI. So when you have these market demand signals of, ooh, sir, please sell me AI, well, we can be a little bit more strategic than we have ever been. So we can't rest on what we used to do in the past, which was buy it or else, right? The entire cybersecurity motion. We have the opportunity to do the verbal judo motion, to do the support motion of, hey, thanks for coming to me. Here's how we can get you through the process. So going back to the whiteboard, if I think about the different things that we do as an MSP, the hardware motion, the software motion, the labor motion. Easy one for a lot of us in this entire conversation is, and I'll grab purple right now, bear with me, is this guy, because there's not really hardware yet in the B2B space for AI. We're going to be very tempted to just resell, to be a VAR, to go, ooh, you want to buy this widget, let me sell it to you and add a little bit of markup on it. Look what we did with Office 365 back when it first was released, or a lot of the cloud software that we're able to resell our customers. And the big problem with this, the thing that I never learned, you don't make a lot of money on it. At best, you're going to make 15 to 25% product margin. Now, let's just outline that real quickly. So if I treat AI like this, and let's say it's something, I'm gonna use easy numbers. Let's say it's $100 a user a month, which some of these AI products are. Let's say you've been blessed and they're gonna give you actual margin, not just you applying markup, because they don't wanna pay more than what they can pay going direct. But let's say they actually have a channel motion and they give you 25%. Well, that means that you are gonna make $25 product profit a user a month. Well, it scales. Let's say you have 100 users. That's right, $2,500. So that's good revenue or product margin. Now, we both know, and we've seen this with 365, that it only takes a couple of phone calls, a couple of support tickets to quickly deplete that revenue, or I should say product margin. Like if I'm thinking net margin per product. So what does that turn into? Well, let's say I'm paying somebody $50,000 a year. They work 1,880 hours after you subtract PTO and holidays. That's roughly going to cost you fully burdened anywhere between $31 an hour. So if my employee cost is about, let's just call it 30 an hour. Well, it only takes an hour or maybe less than 2 hours, maybe your whole customer is only 10 users, 1 or 2 tickets to completely lose money on this product. So you got to make sure it's a product that works and they know how to use it. So that turns into then implementation time. Am I going to do it? Am I not? This also turns into one thing, also the other overhead we all completely forget about, which is cost of sales. The time it took my account manager or my sales rep to find the person and sell them the thing. That has a cost. It has an ROI period, maybe 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, but you can see that this is really not the revenue that I'm going to chase after, because as a business owner, I get a few tickets. That $2,500 a month that might have taken me a year to build a base on quickly becomes something that I cannot financially support. So that's really why I always thought about things like 365 and all the software that we resold as mailbox. I'm going after the big relationship, the big service dollars that have big margin dollars. And if I can solve one of their problems with the software I can resell, and it's just cherry on top stuff, right? It's the little extra things that we do. So to me, that's not where it's at. And then there's the labor, right? We already talked about hardware is not an option. So that really leaves labor. Now, there's so many ways to unpack this. And what we're going to be tempted to do is just cram it into our current MSP $150, $175 a user a month package, because that's easy. But what's I would be afraid of is, well, is my team able to support it? And I'm going to call a lot of you out right now. We did this exact same practice with cybersecurity. I did that mistake. And we also did it with this whole idea of VCIO. What we did with cybersecurity is we went and sold them EDRs and SIM tools and pen testing, and we just burdened our help desk. We said, hey, go buy this endpoint. You'll be more secure. And it was a difficult sale. And now our help desk went from an average 0.7 to 1 hour a user a month in support to 1.5, 1.7, 2 hours. That hurts. Dipple talked for years about multiple of wages, and Pika talked about reactive hours per user per month. So we are going to do that quickly with AI if we think we're just going to bundle in AI because we're all figuring it out. So where is my head going with a lot of? I think there is going to be a lot of value in building out a system that supports the maturity of our customer to where they don't feel stupid and we don't look stupid. We got to do both of those because we're both excited. We both don't know really what we're doing with it. And we have to find a way to bring them along the journey with us because we're a couple steps ahead of a lot of our small business customers, which means we need to build trust. And the quickest way for us to lose trust is to sell them something that either they're not ready for, they won't get value out of, or we are going to completely screw up. We're going to ruin the experience. So what can we do to take somebody that knows nothing to where they can know something? They can feel like they're moving with the market of AI. I can make some labor revenue because it's good margin. And I'll be honest, in this whole conversation and what I've started to pick up is labor is going to be a bad word in this channel, this product. Because to me, what the market is asking for is they want to learn, they want to use, they want to adopt, they want to get better. And that's the key. We have to find ways to help our customers get better with AI, not just shove a product down their face, not just shove tokens down their throat. That's mailbox money. We need to find a way to help them not only adopt, not only get better, but to feel like they are a first mover in their own industries. And for a lot of this, here's the bad words. We got to be able to teach and we got to be able to consult. That is what your market wants. That is my opinion of what the market is going to desire. That is the thing that is going to make you trusted enough to be brought into more conversations. That is where now you are going to be able to invest R&D dollars into possible productization of some AI projects, some AI transformations. That's what gets you at the leadership table. So that's my thought this week on how we can start to build AI as a product in our MSP. I know I didn't answer the question, and I'm going to keep working on this. It's my ability to stay accountable for all of you to what does this look like as the next motion? What does this look like as the next step forward in building an AI practice in your MSP that allows you to mature over time, allow your customers to mature over time, because if they're getting educated, they're going to have wants and desires that they can't do, and they're going to need someone to help them. It's not necessarily a bad thing to consult or teach with them. We just can't do it without putting effort to it. Consultants aren't cheap. It's not your tier 1 help desk person. It's not your tier 2 help desk person. They can't read a P&L. They can't understand the supply chain of your customer's revenue. And if they can't do that, then I need someone that can. So I need to identify that person that can on my team, or I need to find them, or I need to be them. Consulting trades at good value. It's not an MRR problem. I don't maybe have the right who. So how can I build that person up, or how can I afford to hire them? Because I can't just bundle it into my MSP agreement. Service leadership just showed it's usually still hovering around 35 to 40% margin. So if it's going to be 35 to 40% margin, I can't cram more things in there. I also can't just increase my price, because if I just increase my price from 175 a user to 200 a user, whatever number works for you, well, the next problem I have is now I have so many things in my managed service agreement that they forget what they're paying. They may not use it. They may not care about it. They may not have the right point of contact. I may not be able to have the right conversations. If I can't have the right conversations with the right people to make the right influence, then I'm still not going to be brought into the leadership meeting. Let's keep working on this. What is teaching AI and consulting on AI at a level that makes my customers feel supported? What does that look? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll use it for the next video. But with that being said, stay accountable.